how to find your purpose and why it matters. What a great topic. The topic around purpose has become very trendy. A lot of people are very curious around purpose, what it is, how do we find it, how do we exercise it. In my book, The Three Chairs, How Great Leaders Drive Communication, Performance, and Engagement, I talk about this in the book under a category that I talk about at the end of the book called the 6 P's of engagement. And I share in the book that great organizations that have got lots of engagement and also families that have lots of engagement, they have identified and looked at what I call the 6 P's of engagement. There are 6 categories that we all need to be fully engaged and fully alive. And the first category is purpose. And without question, when I do this in management trainings or with teams or professionals or with families, when I try to get people to identify their goals under that purpose category, a lot of people get stuck. They're like, I don't know what to do with this category, Karen. And so I'm gonna give you a few tips around how do you articulate that. But let's first of all talk about why it's important. This is really interesting. Let's talk about from the personal and then also from the organizational perspective. Personally, research from University of Pennsylvania has found that when people have a sense of purpose, they've experienced less loneliness, they make better lifestyle choices. We also found with more research that when people have a sense of purpose, they live longer. Okay, live longer. People are 2 times more likely to die prematurely if they don't have a sense of purpose. We need purpose. And we also found that other research is that when people have a sense of purpose, they're less likely to have a stroke or a heart attack. I mean, it's so fascinating that our purpose, our emotional purpose, really affects us physically. So I think that's really interesting, and that's all based on research and science. Companies, it's the same thing. There's a huge impact. So a study published in Harvard Business Review found that when companies have articulated a clear purpose, they actually had better growth. 52% of purpose-driven companies had 10% growth, and other purpose-driven companies had greater global expansion, more product launches, and success in major transformations. I mean, there are a lot of benefits, both personally and professionally and organizationally, to identify and know our purpose. So then the question becomes, first of all, really, what is it? I'm still not exactly sure with what it is, and most importantly, how do we develop it? So your sense of purpose is really your why. What is your why? It is that your life matters, and why your life matters, and that you can really make a difference. All right, so that's kind of like the high level, but how that gets exercised looks very different for different people. And so I call it the inward, and it's like the inward and outward kind of way to kind of tap into it. The first thing, and I'm going to focus more on the professional or the personal side. The organizational side, you can check out my book, but for this video, let's focus more on the individual that wants to really kind of figure out their purpose. So the first thing you want to do is you've got to be really quiet. This is a really reflective kind of exercise. And you want to kind of get quiet and quite still and ask yourself a few questions. Things like, what are the core values that I want to live my life by? What are the things that are really important to me? Practicing gratitude, meditation, prayer, getting really present and really kind of getting still with yourself around what are the things that are really important to me. Okay, and so all of a sudden that kind of starts the awakening in terms of your sense of purpose. And once you have that, then you can actually start figuring out, how do I want to express my purpose? How do I want to express my purpose? You know, how do I want to kind of give back? Is it going to be through mentoring? Is it going to be through volunteering? Is it going to be through donating? Is it going to be through in terms of giving my time and service? So once you have a clear sense of your purpose, then you can kind of figure out, how do you actually want to express your purpose? My purpose, and I've known this for many, many years, is to make a difference. I figured that out when I was 22 years old, and I was trying to figure out what my career path was going to be. And I figured out that my ultimate purpose was to make a difference. I wanted to help people live their best life and to be happier, and that has kind of evolved into helping develop great leaders at work and home. That's really my purpose. And so everything that I say yes to has to align with that. And that's both my personal purpose as well as an organization. That's also, as a company, that's also our purpose. And so once you know your sense of purpose, then that really helps guide you. It becomes like this moral compass. It kind of guides you in what decisions you're going to make. And so it becomes clear about, because this is my purpose, I'm going to say yes to things that are aligned to this, and I'm going to say no to things that are not aligned to that. And every time you do that, that's going to fuel you. And the more you can kind of stay focused, know your purpose, and live your life according to your purpose, you're going to feel really energized and at peace.